Yeah, perfect. Yeah, arrow keys. Yeah. Okay, great.
Get the clicker.
Hello. We haven't. We're just starting, so please take a seat.
Oh yeah, we're just looking for our phone.
Oh, he's not here. I don't think. This is all of us here. No worries. No worries. Well, yeah. Okay, cool. So we should be live. So welcome to ISSessions. What week is it? I don't even know. It's a couple weeks left until the end of the semester. We got like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Technically week 9, so 4 weeks-ish, something like that. We just have a small session for you guys today. We have one news article and a demo / application that I made for fun over the past couple days. So we will just get right into it. We probably won't have a break today because we have like 2 things to present, but we will keep that by ear and let you know if we have a break. So without further ado, we have our first news article presenter. We got Nick. Thank you, Nick.
All right. Okay. So today I will be discussing a critical vulnerability discovered in a WordPress plugin called User Registration and Membership. This vulnerability allows attackers to create admin accounts without authentication, which can lead to a full website compromise. The issue was first reported by WordFence, a well-known WordPress security company. According to their analysis, the vulnerability affects versions up to 5.1.2 of the plugin and has been assigned the identifier CVE-2026-1492 with a severity score of 9.8 out of 10, which is considered critical. He did. This plugin is used by thousands of websites to allow visitors to register accounts and access membership features. However, researchers discovered that the plugin improperly handled user roles during the registration process. Now, normally when a user signs up on a website, the system automatically assigns them low privilege roles, such as subscriber. This prevents new users from gaining administrative access. The vulnerability occurs because the plugin allows the role value to be submitted directly from the registration form. Because the plugin failed to validate this input on the server side, an attacker could modify the registration request and specify the role as admin. The plugin would then pass the information directly to the WordPress user creation function, which creates the account with whatever role that was given. In practical terms, an attacker could simply send a crafted HTTP request to the registration endpoint, include the parameter role, that equals admin, and the system would create a fully privileged admin account. Once an attacker has admin access, they can completely control the website. This includes installing malicious plugins, modifying site content, stealing user data, or using the compromised server to distribute malware or phishing pages. According to the reports from Bleeping Computer, attackers have already begun actively exploiting this vulnerability in the wild. WordFence reported blocking hundreds of exploitation attempts within a short period of time, the first 24 hours, after the vulnerability became public. This vulnerability was patched in versions 5.1.3 of the plugin. The fix prevents users from assigning roles during registration and enforces server-side validation to ensure that the accounts are given only safe roles. This vulnerability highlights an important secure coding principle, which is never trust user input. Don't trust your users, they're terrible. And when it controls security-sensitive functionality such as privilege levels. In summary, this vulnerability is dangerous because it requires no authentication, is easy to exploit, and can lead to complete admin control over a WordPress website. Thank you. Now.
Okay, now with a little delay, we are starting the rest of the session, which is me presenting a demo for a Python project that I made. This will be a relatively short demo, maybe 15 minutes plus the presentation. I will need a volunteer, either from the audience in person or online. You will need a Windows computer, but we'll get into that as we go on. So let's start the presentation. So I don't know how many of you guys know what a C2 server is, but it stands for Command and Control Server, and it allows, or it usually is used by malicious actors. Hello? Oh, sorry, we have a break.
Or we'll come back to it?
We will put this code in the channel, and we will remove it after, 10 minutes or something, so people can put the CCR in. Do you have the CCR? Do you know what it is? I mean, there. And just put it in the chat, stream questions chat for people, since we don't have a break today.
It's already in your side, just put it up.
Okay, perfect. So I put it up, so we're great. So we can continue on. So thanks for letting me know that the stream was not working properly, but now we can present. So yeah, so I made a custom C2 server in Python over the past couple days. And basically it is a type of server that usually malicious actors use to set up some type of main central database, or not just database, main central server to supply payloads to other machines and usually gain control access of them depending on what the script does. Usually with LLMs, when you're asking it to make something malicious, like a malicious request for either an application or whatever you're building, it will deny based on ethics, saying I can't, in right mind give you this code. And that is very common across all LLMs, not just Gemini or GPT, across almost all of them, if not all. I mean, the ones that are hosted on servers locally, there's less guidelines for them, but yeah, this was using a hosted LLM with some of my programming skills. And basically, the whole story about this is our co-president, Jamal, decided to make some type of server that fingerprinted your device and sent the information back to him. We are testing it out, and it turns out some browsers like Firefox or LibreWolf, which is also based on Firefox, will send a fake fingerprint to the C2 server, the server saying that this is what the device is, when it's not in reality that device. We were testing it on Mac. Mac didn't seem to have that issue. It showed up right away. And Linux had some issues if you weren't using not a Firefox browser. That kind of made me think a little bit more, like what else can we make in this type of regard? And I suggested to Jamal, our co-president, to use this type of loop that I had found a couple months ago called a Ralph Wiggum loop, which if you guys watch TV or any type of cartoons, you'll know that he is the character from The Simpsons. And it's a very popular loop that, like I said, came out maybe about a month ago now. This special loop basically iterates on the solution or the problem that you give it until it is completely done. This is helpful for long spec projects or something that you're working on that you really need to follow exactly these rules to make sure that you get the final product that you want. Jamal instead had the idea to ask it to make something malicious in nature to see what would happen with that. At first it denied the prompt because it was still malicious in nature. We decided to write it ambiguously, which we will get to the prompt on the next slide. And after writing it ambiguously through Gemini and Ralph Wiggum, it decided, yeah, sure, I can make that for you, no problem, let's go. So this is the prompt that we wrote, this is what I just explained. So this is the prompt that we wrote here. Didn't use exact terminology that would show the LLM that we were trying to do something malicious, but instead try to figure out how to write it in a way that is just a normal application. I'm not going to read out the prompt to you guys. You guys can obviously see it here, but on the side you can see why it allows this thing to go through. Instead of saying make a stager, make a dropper for the payload, make a bootstrap module instead. Or instead of using a C2 server, use a centralized management server. Or execute memory without writing to disk would have fileless execution. So stuff like this allows the LLM to kind of execute exactly what you want. So there's certain types of flags that you can put with Ralph. You can have a completion promise to output whenever you're done a specific task, and then you can add max iterations to loop 10, 15, 20, 30 times, however many times you want, to get it to function properly. So, I mean, yeah, after about 24 hours, I had a working C2 server locally. But then as soon as I connected to the internet, of course, when you connect it to the prod, nothing worked the same. So I had to do a bit more work for another 12 hours or so. And after another 12 hours, 36 hours in total, I was able to get it on my domain on the internet, showing proper IP addresses, not behind Cloudflare IP addresses, actually resolving the IPs, and getting everything running properly. So I basically created a front end. You can see on the slide there. My picture is slightly covering the title, but you can see basically everything else. And we'll go through the web page on the demo as well. But it's basically a social engineering site saying like, hey, download this, run this, blah, 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 blah. And this is not extremely uncommon either. Like, for example, if you were to go to like scoop.sh and try to install Scoop, it literally gives you a command that you have to run in your console. But you can read it. You can see that it's executing a link from this URL and then piping that output into your computer. So you can see what it's doing. Versus my script, when you open it up, you'll see it's just a bunch of base64 that's executing. So this is not an uncommon way to get software downloaded on a computer, but it can be a common malicious way for that to happen. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the presentation. We can do a demo if you guys are interested. I'm definitely interested in about doing a demo. Like I said, the site does provide download for Mac and Linux, but I don't have a Mac and I have a Linux VM, but I don't know how accurate that'll work, and I haven't had time to test it yet. So I just have tested it on Windows. It works on Windows. So I would like to do a demo. If anybody, we have a volunteer in the audience. We can do one, we can do two, multiple, doesn't matter. But we can start with Mikhail in the audience here. I do have to swap my laptop to the Discord to start streaming. But when the site loads, that's what the console will look like. So while we're getting this going, you can take a look at that. And also the code is privatized on GitHub for a good reason. And while I am streaming this live, it's only the server, the domain and stuff is only live when I run the Cloudflare tunnel. So if it's down, you're not gonna be able to access it. I also hardened it a good amount, so you're welcome to try and break it if you want. But yes, so let me join the Discord and we can figure this out. So do you wanna stream my screen? Or? The link? Yeah, I'll send you the link. Yeah. Do you see my stream? Okay. Perfect. I can move my laptop over here if you want, so that it's a little bit easier. Okay, cool. I'll just move this here a little bit. It's easier to work with. Okay, so first we run the server. And then we run the Cloudflare tunnel, so it's live. And Mikhail, if you could go to ss.chrono.tech, I mean, I can send it to you on Discord if you want, but I'd rather not open my messages right now. And just confirm that, well, actually, before you download it, we'll test it on my computer, and then we'll get it to go on your computer so people can see how it actually looks. So I'm just going to confirm that he has it on his screen here. Okay, don't put anything. Do a test for me first, and then we'll test with myself. When we load the site here, and we go back to the terminal, you can see that multiple IP addresses tried to pull. So there's me, and I'm pretty sure that's Mikhail. Then you download the Windows bat file. It downloads a bat file because the script itself is a PS1 executable, but if you try to open a PS1 executable window in the background that spawns another program, it immediately kills the program that it spawns. And I didn't realize that, so I have to wrap the PowerShell script in a bat script and then run the bat script and it will work. So we'll run the file here. I've already added an exclusion to my downloads folder, so Mikhail, you might want to do this through Windows Security before you download it. I can show you how to do it on the stream, but you click run, it'll open up a terminal, and then it'll disappear. and you wait about 10-15 seconds, and we should see an agent connect. So first of all, stager payload was delivered to this IP address baked with this website. Wait for it to connect, and then it should show up here. Watch it not work as soon as I do the demo, of course. Oh my goodness. Okay, that just closed. Let's see. Okay, so there's the new agent registered. So we have some commands that we can test. I added in fuzzy searching as well, or fuzzy identifying, so you don't have to type the full agent address. So we do select 744. Now my computer is selected as the agent. You can see this is my computer's name, IP address, basic stuff. If the screen was bigger, it would show GPU, display, other things like that. Right now it only shows what it has space for. Now we have access to this computer. So I could do something like this for ls. It does take a while sometimes for the commands to execute. So now we're seeing where my downloads folder is. I can also go back to another folder, into my user folder. Now we're in my user folder. You can also type information like, well, basically any command that runs on PowerShell or command prompt. You write system info. This one takes a long time because it pulls a lot of information from the computer, but it'll eventually show on the task output. There it is. So there's all my computer's information. But if you open up, if you press like Windows and you do like system info, I think it is, system information, this one, that's the same information that'll show on this. So it's just pulling this information. But it works with any command. So now we can try Mikhail's instance. So I will just help him download it quickly. Just click that file. Oh, actually, Windows security. I'll put it on the screen as well. So just follow along on the screen here. So just go to Windows security on the bottom, or wherever you have it, and you want to go to virus and threat protection. You want to add manage settings here. And you scroll down to the bottom and you click add exclusions. And then when you click add exclusions, you go and remove this afterwards, by the way. Yeah. And then click add an exclusion folder, and then just select your downloads folder or wherever you download the file to. And then download the file and it should be fine. If Microsoft still denies it, you might have to add an exclusion to the temp folder, which is where one of the Python files downloads, but we will get to that eventually if it fails. So while Mikhail does that, we can try more things. We can create directories. You got hacked. And if we check my directory for nuclear files, and we look for the folder, you got hacked. So the folder did get created. So I do have access to this computer from, well, it is my computer, but I have access to this computer from another computer, and it's pretty cool. So you have everything working? Okay, so download, open it. You probably have to click run a few times. I have to do this on screen as well. Okay. Okay, yeah, wait for that to run and close. Yeah. And we should see another agent pop up underneath 744 in like, I don't know, 20, 30 seconds after it runs. And I did test this on multiple computers at home, so I know that it should work. I did test this today as well. The one thing about this is it does take a while, and as you can see, it is live refreshing. It is using a Python library called Rich, and when it live refreshes, it reprints the entire dashboard, which is why it's refreshing and glitching up. And it did run properly?
It didn't bring up anything.
Oh, it did? Okay, so another solution to the template. Okay. Yeah, which is good. Yeah. So so if everybody in the stream, Windows security basically flagged the application, which is good. It's good that it's doing its job. So we're just going to check that out quickly, and then we'll get back to the demo. Of course, this is not working right now. Maybe I can connect to my.
I can allow it on this device.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Yeah. Start actions. Start actions. And then.
The next slide's gonna be like, this is how to social engineer.
Yeah. How to get your friends? How to get your friends to get anything done? Okay, try that and just lower it down.
You said it works with Linux?
It should, but I haven't tested it, so we can test it if you want live.
Where am I downloading this from?
ss.chrono.tech. I think it would.
With a 0 for an O or?
0 for an O for the last one. Yeah. Let's see.
My mail interface is working properly. This will be a true test. That might be some firewalls.
Yeah, that's very true. Exactly right.
And exclusion zones, somewhat.
All right. It's a shame my home PC is not on because I would just show you guys on my home PC. I would connect over desktop, but we have someone else trying it on Linux here, so let us see if it works.
Download didn't give me an error, so it's good something.
Okay. Let's see if it's well, while we're here, we can see if we can cap more themes. Let's see.
Dennis said with the Linux side, I have to change the permissions.
Still not working.
Still not working? Interesting.
See how long it takes.
No.
Stop running. It's not flashing right now.
Okay, let's see if it pops up on the agents.
I'm just saying,
No,
this
it's
has been
not.
refreshing right
Oh.
now. Because it ran just fine once I changed the permissions.
Oh.
Oh.
Sorry. Yeah, it's the same one. But I can see that it's,
I'm gonna try it.
And all I did is //
I didn't get a pop-up.
it's so weird. Interesting. Okay, maybe, well, I mean, that's pretty much the whole thing. Let me try it again, maybe.
Yeah, I literally just copy and paste the echo thing, just let it run like that.
Yeah, you can try that. Try that as well, see.
Or do I have to actually do the evaluate?
Could you try opening it as admin, the bat file?
Alright.
Yeah, RIP pretty much. Okay. Oops. Yeah, so it still works for me. Nothing? You ran it? Okay.
Well, that's yours?
Yeah, that's mine. Yeah. Oh, I restarted it, so you have to download the new one.
Go out and download another.
Yeah, sorry. For security reasons, it changes the token on each launch.
You don't want to get that.
I cut that for some reason. That was me, yeah. I don't know, I just did this.
I don't know if it's the
Okay, I'm ready. Admin?
Against my better judgment.
Yeah, against your, don't do this normally, yeah, obviously. Okay,
I
ran it, okay. I mean, if this doesn't work, we're just gonna end the demo here, I think. But I mean, I promise it works.
I saw it work earlier today.
I saw it work with multiple computers.
It's always when you have issues.
It's always with the demo, and I tested the demo so many times too. All right, I guess it's not working, but you know, that makes it better for me to.
File.
Hmm? Oh,
Change the
excellent.
permissions and then you file.
Yeah, executable.
Just ran, nothing pops up when you do it, but.
Yeah, I haven't tested the Linux or Mac scripts at all, so I don't even know if they function properly. I mean, we can try a cool command. I mean, like, I don't know what else we should try. Like, where Python.exe. Yeah, that's the one thing about this is it takes a while to issue the command and get the response back, but I mean, it works. I'm sure I can improve the speed. Oh, this is taking forever. Maybe all the commands don't work yet.
I ran it directly, so you can see what happens there.
Hmm.
Task send.
Task sent? That's me, I think. Yeah, that's me still.
That copy of the eval that was written correctly.
Interesting. Okay, well, I mean, that's something for me to work on, obviously.
To be fair, I'm in a Cali box.
yeah.
Home lab, so it may not actually.
With firewalls and all that. Exactly right. Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, it's good that security that is set up on those OSs like Linux and Mac and Windows is doing its job properly. Like even for myself, when I was testing it locally, I had to make a custom WAF rule for Cloudflare, which is a web application firewall. And I had to make a custom rule to allow access to these endpoints and skip checking them if you hit this endpoint. Because if you hit a certain endpoint, first of all, Cloudflare checks what the endpoint is called, and if it's anything sus, it blocks it right away. If it's sent anything normal, it doesn't block it right away, but it checks what's being sent and what's being connected, and then it blocks it based on that. So, yeah, I mean, it was very helpful for me to find out that's what happened. But beyond that, I guess that's it for the demo. I mean, we tried our best to work.
Defender and add firewall.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have to do that at all. Like, all I had to do was add exclusions, and it worked fine. For anybody that did end up downloading it on their PC or in person, open up tasks that are running and make sure you close all of the Pythons that are running. Even if you don't close them, I don't have perpetual access to your computer, but Python is still trying to send information to my computer. Yeah, for you it might not even, it might have just closed right away, I'm not sure, but for Windows it definitely spawns some Python exes unless it crashes immediately. So yeah, that's definitely something to keep in mind. If you did download it, make sure you do stop all the Python executables that are running in your system, and that should be it. You should be cleared for not having a connection to my computer. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I thought this would work a little bit better, but it still worked for the local, well, I say local, but my computer to my computer, but it does work off of other computers. I tested it on my desktop to my laptop, and I tested it from my laptop to my desktop, and it did work. And I'm surprised, like when I tested it here on campus, I'm surprised it worked through Edge of Rome. I didn't have any issues at all. I thought I'd have to go on my hotspot, but it was completely fine. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. We don't have anything else for you guys. I don't know if we have some CTF stuff. Jamie, did you want to talk about any CTF stuff before we end or anything next session? TAC Tops, yeah. I mean, so if you guys are not aware, the first place winners of our CTF has a club for another school in Oshawa. They have a club called NetSoc. I believe they're changing their name next year to like OU CTF or something like that. Something that basically reflects their school, and they have a CTF. But they host a CTF every year. Like I said, it's in Oshawa. The tickets are $30, but the money is like 95% or 99% covering the food. versus last year it was covering a few other things, but it's only covering the food this year. So you go, you get free food. Yes, yeah. So somebody in the audience also mentioned that they also are paying for transit from the station to the school. So either through the transit system or paying for an Uber for you through them. So it shouldn't be too bad to get there. It also is 2 days. Do with that what you will. It's in Oshawa. It's hard to get there. It's hard to stay there. But yeah, it is happening. I think it's March 2029. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Saturday, Sunday, March 2029. Yeah, please attend. We have some CTF developers from our team actually helping and giving some challenges to them as well. So if you attend their CTF, you'll also have some challenges from us. And they have a good amount of challenges. I think over 130 challenges is planned for their CTF. So if you go, you definitely will not be without a challenge to try. There's definitely something for everybody there, so definitely attend to that. And also, I know some people in ISSessions as members are thinking about going to Bear Hacks. Bear Hacks is a hackathon run by the Computer Science Club and a few other of the tech clubs on the campus. It's actually, this year it's running after the semester is over. So I believe it's running April 28th and 29th. I think it's during the week, but it's, like I said, after the semester is over. And it is being held at HMC, CBIL, 5th floor, and should be a good time. If you guys like making stuff, definitely attend. Even if you guys don't like making stuff, try to come hang out. You get a lot of free access to a lot of sponsored goodies, even for that weekend, so you can just take the goodies and go home and do something else. Like, you don't really have to do that. So, but yeah, it should be a good time overall. Multiple events coming up soon, and then you guys have 4 weeks left until the end of the semester, and I mean, some of you guys have 4th year starting, some of you guys have co-op starting, some of you guys have 2nd year in the fall, so should be a good time. And don't forget to apply for ISSessions as well. All the postings are online. There's an announcement in the club announcements channel, and if you click the Google Drive link or the form link, it lists all of the positions and what they do and the ones that they're hiring for. If you have any questions, I'm sure you can reach out to Jamal or Nate or any of us, and we can answer your questions. So should be it from us. I don't think there's anything else left today. So thanks for attending, and we'll see you guys next time.